going on, everybody? This is David from Very Good Fly Fishing. We are at a little creek about 15 minutes or so from downtown Rochester. This is the one that I fish a lot. It's the main creek that I hit. And we're looking for some little browns here tonight, maybe a few like smaller rainbows. If we see some more rising as we're here, we'll throw some dry flies and stuff, but I think for now we're gonna get set up and get fishing. Definitely pretty warm out here, so I had to take a layer off, but that's all right because the creek is freezing. I'm going to get my rod all set up. Pro tip, you've probably seen it everywhere, but when I feed my line through the eyelets, I'll put it like that, so if it does drop down, it kind of catches itself because it's double the width of the line there. There's some people down there. Try not to fish up towards them, but I do need to get here to the end of my line, and I'm going to tie on some 4X because I actually, it's a surprise every time that you come down to this creek. You don't actually know what you're going to get hooked into. Like one of my Instagram posts a couple of weeks ago, I hooked into like a 20-inch brown. And that's the same creek, just a little further along, but that's the thing, is you might catch like the tiniest trout you've ever seen, and you might hit a whole day of those, or your personal best fish or something. So I'm having a hard time keeping everything in line where it's supposed to be. All right, here we go. No, what the heck? I think I just need to push it back a little bit more. There we go. It rained earlier today, so I figured the water's got to cool down anyways, just from the rain. All right. Tied a little surgeon's knot in between these two little guys. I'm going to clip off our excess, and our excess goes in our pack, just so we can keep the streams a little bit cleaner. At the top, I'm tying on a stonefly. I'm going to tail that up. I'm actually going to size down to some 5X, just because I'm going to put a much smaller fly on the back end, and I kind of want it to, just the kind of the way that I want it to float. Also, it's got a smaller head, so now there's a ton of like stoneflies, freshwater shrimp in here. Definitely a lot of smaller species. We don't have big bugs in this creek. Really, the pattern here, like if you just kind of keep it buggy, you'll most likely catch a fish throughout the day. So it's not like you've got to be really, really specific with your entomology. You can kind of guess a little bit, focus on your float, and catch a fish. Now, what I typically do is I will throw on a size 6 split shot in between my two flies here. The reason for that is because I kind of want them to float. Like it slows down the float a lot. So I'm putting that split shot just above, and I'll show you the setup a little closer to the camera in a second here. Basically, we've got a tiny little fly, a little freshwater shrimp type imitation, little sparkly, got some sheen on it. There's our size 6 split shot. We got our stonefly, and we've got another split shot. And then I'm going to put the indicator just up here, just above my surgeon's knot, just because if I do get snagged up, I kind of do like to keep it above there so that in the event that I get snagged up, I don't lose my indicator. It'll kind of snap off either at the hook, which not ideal either way, but it'll help me not lose these indicators. I do know that this little guy has a barb on it, even though it's, it's so tiny, but I am going to clip that barb because I want to be able to bring it in easy, and also be able to get the fish off. There's a nice little spot just right in here where I almost caught a fish last time, so. Let's see if we get some flashes. Oh, there we go. We're on. We're on. Nice. One we took. Looks like he might have taken the back one. Sure hope my camera's recording, because I did not check that. Okay, we're gonna get the net out. And we're gonna just move his head up a tiny bit in the net. Beautiful. Beautiful little brown trout. Alright. Okay, it looks like he took actually the back fly, which is pretty cool. If we take a look at him, let's see, he took that little back fly. Alright, I keep him in the water as much as I can. And we're gonna get that fly out. Oh, fly came right out. Totally forgot to hit record for that whole catch, but there's our little brown that we got. Beautiful little natural fish, but we'll at least get the release here. Hopefully we can catch some more tonight. There we go. All right, well we know what I tied on worked because I caught a fish. The only thing is there's definitely some people like swimming up further here, so we'll try and steer clear of them. Okay. Okay, there was a nice little rise up on that top water over there. Okay, we got an elk hair dry fly here, and we're gonna throw that just over the spot where we saw a rise just a couple of minutes ago. And as I struggle to get out here, we'll see if we can get this fish. I'm also trying to be conscious. I've got branches up behind me. What I am trying to do though is I'm trying to drift at the same rate as those bubbles go. You can see it kind of coming through here. Wondering if those fish are a little too smart and they see that fly line. And if they're not going to go after it. Sometimes though, I will let it sink. Like, as much as a lot of people don't want their fly to stay, or they want their fly to stay on the top of the water, sometimes I'll let it sink if I'm not seeing a reaction, and I'll kind of strip it like a streamer through. Because right now, I couldn't really see the fly. Oh, something just tried to take it. All right, something just tried to take it right up over there, so that's a good sign. See if we'll drop it there. See if that fish wants it. And we're going to try and keep it as minimal as we can when we're exiting the water, so I just do like a little roll cast. Alright. And what I'll do right now is I'll try and like strip it through a little bit. Now we'll strip it through the food line, just a little bit to the left there. We are going to go down the path a little bit and find a little bit of a different spot. I think I saw some spots on the way up here that might look pretty good for trout. I am thinking, in terms of the YouTube page, I'm gonna start putting out more shorts after work and during the week, some of the weekends and stuff, and any of the longer camping trips as well. But let me know what you want to see. I plan to do a lot more camping and fishing videos as well as some of these smaller trips. If you want to see more content of either one of those, then just go ahead and comment that below. Okay, this spot, let me figure this out. Hold on. Okay, there we go. This spot right behind me actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna throw an indicator back on. I've got this little fly from Flycraft Co. on Instagram, and then one from just a local shop around here. It's just this tiny little freshwater shrimp type imitation. But we're going to throw an indicator on the tail of this little rough water portion here and try and float it through. It does look pretty deep. I can't really see the bottom. So I know that's a good indication of fish. Tom Rosenbauer taught me that. But let me throw a indicator on here and we'll get after it. See if we can catch a couple more tonight. For these streams, I'm usually throwing pretty small flies. And for that, I really like these tiny little indicators. You can get them from like Cabela's or Sportsman's Warehouse. They come in those tiny little packs. Orvis has them. Those ones come with like the little stops and stuff. They're a little bit nicer. But I like these little guys because they're super sensitive, especially for some of these smaller fish. All right, let's toss it up in this little tailwater here. I might have stepped right into where they are. Could have been my mistake as well. Ooh. Not seeing any yet. All right, let's throw across a bit up there. I have a heavier fly up top with the Flycraft Co., but I didn't throw any split shot on. And sometimes I've noticed just from throwing those split shot on and actually having like equal weight through the thing, I will immediately catch a fish the next thing I throw split shot with. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna try to let this do a full float through if I don't catch anything. Let it get all the way through. See where it's going. Whew. I don't think I'm getting deep enough, which is crazy. I'm gonna throw a little split shot on for this little guy on the back. That seems to be the one that they went after. I'm not quite sure that I need a split shot for the front one, but you know, if it usually works. I've seen a couple people explain it really well, and that mainly being that like most of the time through your river current, nothing's gonna float directly below your indicator, but the split shot can at least help it kind of slow it down a little bit, float a little straighter up and down, or at least that tail out is going to be a lot longer. Definitely 100% horrifying to place the camera anywhere near the water, let alone directly in the current. So I'm trying to get across here. See if I can, what's this? All right, see if we can find there's a nice little deep spot here. Just gotta be careful of this coverage over here. Kind of dead sticking it a little bit. Ooh. And in these creeks, like you'll be able to see fish every once in a while, but you're not always spotting the fish first. A lot of it's kind of, whoops. Okay, nice. A lot of it's throwing an indicator in and kind of testing your luck. Ooh. Oh no, that's exactly what I was trying not to do. Let's get stuck in this bush. It's getting a little bit darker. We gotta wake up T. She's asleep in a hammock downriver, or upriver. I don't know if you can see her on the GoPro, all the way up there. And then we gotta move, we're gonna move downriver a little bit. I still wanna catch one more fish before we leave here tonight. All right, we're coming up on a little pool down here I don't wanna toss into because it's definitely some still water. Actually, there's a little spot down here that I just passed walking. But we're gonna throw in here and see if there's any fish in this spot. All right, it's definitely a little bit muddier over here. So I'm gonna, wow, big frog. Okay, it's very muddy. Oh, I'm gonna have to wash that all off. That's fine, outdoors. Okay. There's something here in the back end of this little sucker. I know there's usually a couple trout in this little spot, and you only have a couple of chances to hit them. Other than that, you're kind of out of luck. Let's try it. Let's take the indicator off. Nothing. Last spot. We gotta get out of here. The little thing's hungry. There we go. Nice little roll cast. Does the trick. Get that line out and roll it in through there. Oh, it hit the bridge. Cast up there and use the water as our little spring system there. Strip nice and fast through there, see if we can't get something. Nothing. All right. Beautiful night regardless. Got a little time outside. And these July nights are just so freaking nice here. So you can't complain, you know? Catch a fish, ain't too bad. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Definitely turn on that bell notification button because I will be posting a lot more content like this, shorter shorts, as well as some camping and fishing, catch and cook, all that type of stuff. So feel free to follow along, and we'll see you in the next episode.